Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, and it is live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Comic Book Weekly, your weekly comic podcast, vidcast, where we all get together. Myself, Chris, Dark Avenger C86. Next to me is Kat, Comic Uno.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Below me is Michael, Duderock 18.
Hey, guys, Duderock 18 here.
And then diagonal from, I just said that. Diagonal from me is Brant Fowler, last number press, Torch Night Games, which I hear Torch Night's doing a really good right now with that contest that people should definitely be a part of.
Yeah, the giveaway is going really well. I'll plug it later in the show, but yeah, it's awesome. It's the best one I've run personally. So
definitely,
we will definitely have time to plug
right.
all we want. Like we just have all the time.
We got so many comics to talk about. I don't
so
know
much. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a crazy show. So as you all know, no new comic books. So we will be doing news, and then this week we're doing a just Q&A discussion where we could all talk about the goings on. The show is approximately going to be an hour. I don't know if we'll go a little bit over, depending on how well the Q&A is going. But yeah, that's what we're thinking, and we will be going live at exactly 10 o'clock for the next couple of weeks. So look forward to that. We're having some fun intro banter, whatnot. But yes, we are still live, and we are going to be here every single week, and we will be talking comic books and everything like that. So that being said, I did a horrible intro, but let's go into the I'm never good at intros. This is why my videos take like 20 takes, because the intro part.
No, you did a good job, but you forgot to mention that Mike's not here. So
thank you. See that? I knew it. Mike Spider Slayer is not here, unfortunately, because he has to do work. So if you're watching on Comic Corner 2.0, this is. Please tell me I kept it. Please tell me I kept it there. It better still. If Brant deleted it, I'm going to be so mad.
It's definitely Brant.
He did. I'm mad.
I don't even know what you're talking about even.
You took it and deleted it, so I'm going to put it back, and I probably spelled it wrong. I don't care.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. I probably did delete that.
Sure. There's a hostile takeover. No, it isn't. Mike can't be here this week. He is super busy with work. So with that being said, he misses all of us. We miss him, and we hope to have him back next week once everything with his work chills down.
Yeah, early hours for him. Yeah, no problem. And he told us to mention that. So, and we already have 21 viewers, so we should definitely start at 10 o'clock.
Yes, next week we will be starting at 10 o'clock with or without everybody here. We'll be having some fun ultimate banter. No, opening banter.
Ultimate banter?
Ultimate. We're going to get Ultimate Comics. We're going to start talking with Spider-Man, then we're going to go into the Ultimates, and then the X-Men.
I mean, if this lasts longer, who knows?
Why not,
what we're
right?
talk about.
Yeah.
We could do whatever we want.
I've already pre-ordered 2 books.
I ordered a couple from my store just to, support them. I got Fade Out, Fatal, and then Heavy Vinyl because I was supposed to get that.
I got God Country because it was recommended by, I think it was Gem Mint or Near Mint collections. And I got, I just got it yesterday. Wow, I can't believe. Manifest Destiny, Volume 1, because I heard good things about that.
Yeah, I know Mike really likes that one.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of comments. We're gonna do a news story or two, and then we'll get into those comments. But please let the questions flow because it's all we got. Yeah. It's all we got.
It's all we got. And once the questions are done and the quietness happens, that's the end of the show.
Well, then we'll never end because we're never quiet.
We're never quiet.
No.
You can always talk about something.
For sure. But let's get into some news. We'll start out with some media news first, and that is Barbara Gordon to appear in Titans Season 3, which I am stoked for. Barbara seems to be getting a good amount of love this week. She's going to be appearing in Harley Quinn. I could say that because it was in my interview, so go check out this week's Harley Quinn and Titans. So, yeah, I'm on board. I still have to watch Season 2, but I'm on board.
Season 2 was good. I like
it.
Season 2.
It was good. The middle was kind of like...
Yeah, but it ended really, really well.
I heard as a Donna fan, I wouldn't like it, and I know what happens to her, and that's why I've been hesitant.
Oh, you will, because it's going to play into the next season, 100%. Because of I can't spoil it for you, but if you watch it, the season finale, towards the end, there's definitely a little hook that'll make you go, oh, okay, so this happened to Donna, but there's a possibility of okay.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Barbara. I'm wondering which version of Barbara we're gonna get. Like if
I
she
think
goes
Oracle.
Oracle, yeah.
I feel like Oracle more than Batgirl, but
Right.
just because of what we've seen, this grittier version.
Exactly. Which I think that would be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I haven't seen a live action Oracle since Birds of Prey, right?
Yeah, true. We didn't get to see her during the crisis, though. That was kind of sad.
The
I
TV
still
show.
haven't watched that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they only showed Huntress from that universe.
I think they showed her voiceover of Oracle, if I'm correct.
Okay.
They might have done that, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, let's go on to the next thing here, which is new dates for Marvel movies have come out. So now my drain is like going crazy right now. All right, we got Eternals will be February 12th, 2021. I thought was interesting is that they're pushing Black Widow from May to November.
Yeah.
So they're pushing that
That's
far
a really
off.
far push. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Thor is now 2022, which I feel like I don't know
They
what
didn't
the
start recording even yet. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean Black Widow was a surprise to me though because that was ready to go. So no, but then
Especially
November is
mentioning the Super Bowl a lot too.
yeah,
like the
they've been
hype.
promoting it a lot for sure. So I don't know. Interesting to see it pushed that far.
Yeah. I think if things are still the way that they are right now, maybe they'll reconsider that digital release thing.
They might lose a lot of money if they do that though.
I know,
that's
but-
what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, Brand.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, if they're bringing out all the other movies on demand and on digital release, then don't you think they should?
So-
have done
They only did
Those-
that for Bloodshot.
No, those movies already had come out too. So those were in theaters and we're like, oh shit, we need to make money on this. And no one's going to theaters. So that's why they released it. Black Widow had never come out yet. So they're
so those are the ones that didn't come out yet. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. So I think the problem with it being like as much as it would be nice for us to get a digital release, think about a family going to see Black Widow. They would have to pay 5 tickets insteed of just one.
Oh no,
Whatever.
I completely agree. It would be a huge loss. But we don't know like what the landscape's going to look like in 5 months, 6 months, whatever. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. But they pushed it back quite a bit.
I mean, I hope the movie's that good that they literally want to make sure it's far enough away from this virus where everyone can see it.
I mean, this has been a long time coming too, right? The Black Widow movie, it's something people have been clamoring for years. So,
Feels cursed now.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh man, we finally get that Black Widow movie and it doesn't come out. I mean, New Mutants was the big discussion that they delayed it again. And it's just like, is this movie ever coming out?
Right.
And there's like memes of them, like the actors as old men and women at the premiere because that's when that movie will come out.
Yeah, that one should release digitally.
Yeah, because they already don't want that to release anyways. Like New Mutants, just get it over with. That's more than Black Widow for sure.
Right. Put it behind you.
I agree.
I agree with that, Black Knight. I'm sorry, I just saw that. I wish Marvel would make a movie about one of their Western characters, Gunhawks, Kid Colt, Two Gun Kid.
I don't know how well that would do though. Like, think about like Cowboy and Aliens and how bad that did.
Honestly, I think I was thinking more Jonah Hex, and that's DC Comics, but
look how poorly that did.
I'm trying to think of like a good Western. Like the last like Western I feel like that was popular was True Grit, and that was a while ago. I'm trying to think if there's any others. It's not a genre that's explored as much, but maybe that's a good thing.
There were some good ones back,
Oh yeah, of course.
20,
I meant
20
recently.
years ago. Yeah. 10, 20 years ago maybe, but yeah. Tombstone, Unforgiven, those kind of
anything with Clint Eastwood is a Western.
I mean, if you look at Westworld, though, I mean, that's kind of Western.
True, but then it has all the other stuff going on. It's more virtual reality. I think you have to have a twist on the Western if you're going to be doing it. But hey, I think, nostalgia is always there. Things could come back in a new way. So definitely won't say no to the Western. If anyone could bring it back, maybe it's Marvel, but I would think they need like a bigger character. But I don't know. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Maybe not popular, a movie, maybe a TV series.
Yeah, a TV show could be interesting.
Might work better, yeah.
Because, like you said, Westworld.
Mm.
Yeah.
let's get to some of these questions here, and then we'll go to some more news. So I'm going to scroll all the way up. First question is from Tevia. Have you played the Resident Evil 3 remake? I want to. I didn't even know it got released until released today.
All the games are coming out. There's only one game that got delayed and possibly indefinitely, and that's Last of Us 2. Otherwise, all the games are still coming out on time. Doom, Animal Crossing, Resident Evil 3 came out.
Final Fantasy comes out Friday.
Yep.
So,
I think that was a question if anyone's getting it. I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
When they finish the entire game, we'll talk.
Will that ever happen?
I don't know because the company still didn't put out the last DLC for Final Fantasy 15. So
wow. I don't know.
Oh, that's Silver Stroke says The Mandalorian is a Western. I guess you could
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also Star Wars. But then you could say the same thing about like, oh, it would be a Marvel movie, so
yeah,
people would like it.
It's like Firefly. It's like sci-fi Western. So it's again, like Kat said, it's a twist on it. So.
I feel like that's how you have to do a Western, or make it like a female-driven Western, because I feel like that's something that people haven't done, and like maybe people would want to see.
Kind of like what's that TV show? Crap.
Winona Earp. Yeah, like Winona Earp, exactly. Like, why is that popular? Because it's from a different point of view that we haven't seen, or like someone who's black or another ethnicity, like a different side of the Western. All right, Brett says, I mean, are there any rumors of how long this could go without new comics? I mean, depending on the person, back to normal for some isn't until there is a vaccine. Do you think it could go that long? I think they're trying to figure out, from comics point of view, they're trying to figure it out much sooner.
I believe Diamond is under huge pressure, not just from the comic companies anymore, but the shops, the companies, and the readers are all throwing out like, we need a solution at some point, maybe not this month or next month, but the comic industry won't last beyond a certain point without releasing new books. At some point, I think if we don't get a physical, they are going to go with the digital medium regardless, because look at all the companies that literally now have to put pauses on all their series, all their books. I think regardless, comics will resume within another month or so digitally. But I think if Diamond doesn't get their butts in gear within the next 2 months, DC's threat of finding other means and Marvel's threat of finding other means is gonna happen.
See, I think that's what's happening beforehand. Like, I don't think digital things are gonna be released. Give me 1 second. I don't think digital things are gonna be released. I think it's gonna be printed, or else they would have done that a while ago.
It's true. I think either Diamond's gonna get in gear by the beginning, middle, or end of May, or by the beginning of June, we're going to be seeing, because by the beginning of June, fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm hoping by the beginning of June, we'll be able to have comic shops open again. Fingers crossed. I don't know.
I think so. I think that's a good date. It's April now.
Get through May. Because I've been watching there's a website that actually is showing projections for all the states and the country in general. And I'll bring it up just for, to validate.
Somehow we lost Chris. It's just, you're not allowed to talk about it.
That's
can't validate it. No.
We do have well, Chris will get himself back.
I made a boo-boo. Sorry.
Now he's switching himself around. We do have Brett who mentioned, I'm from New Jersey, so hard to see comic shops. Well, most of us are from New York here, so we feel you on that.
Brent should be from New York, but he's not.
He should. He's like your soul is not from New York. You're actually very far from the idea of New York.
So this is the website, and it's assuming full social distancing. I forget where it's what the exact it's from, the healthdata.org. So 8 days until peak resources are used, so April 15th. And then as far as peak deaths, this keeps changing, but it says 9 days projected for all of the United States. And then everything is kind of like flatlining around June, July. Everything's flatlining.
Now, this is New York?
This is the United States. New York.
That's our issue, is that New York is definitely going to take a lot longer than the rest of the United States. So.
New York is taking a lot less. New York, the resources are in 1 more day, April 8th, they're projecting. The deaths, 2 more days until our highest peak. and then we're going to be. They say the everything flatlining. They're saying August 4th.
Yeah, so it's longer.
I'm seeing May and I'm seeing June, and nothing's going up. So this is a projection of August 4th.
Flatlining does not mean it's still not out there, which is what sucks about this.
That's why I'm guessing they say August 4th. Exactly. That's probably why they're saying August 4th, because that's when everything will kind of like flatline.
We have a new viewer in the comments, David Presley. Hello, this is the first time I watch your stream. How's everybody? Thank you for watching. We're doing, right?
Yeah,
we're doing.
All surviving, right?
So let's hope that with that projection being shown that maybe by June, shops can start opening up. You know, non-essential businesses could start getting back in order. I don't know if a quarantine full-time will be up, but maybe we'll start to see it.
I still don't want to go to the grocery store. I have to
go to the grocery store anymore with the Disney World line.
All still dealing with a lot of
horrendous.
All still dealing with a lot of uncertainty. Nobody knows anything for certain. Right?
It's true. It's true.
But thank you to the 28 people watching us right now. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Especially when there's not much to talk about from the comic side. So we appreciate that. Oh, another first timer in the comments. Where's Mike? Oh, I hear a little echo, Chris.
That's probably because I just clicked something the same time as you did, so I'll fix it.
So Mike, let's see.
Good.
Still there.
So Mike, he had to work, so sadly he couldn't make it because he has to wake up super early tomorrow. But hopefully he'll join us again soon.
Yeah. He wishes he could be here, I'm sure.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. We all love doing the show together and having everybody on the show. So we miss Mike as well. Let's do one more question and we'll go to some news. So Bavarian asks, have we ever read Letter 44? I have not.
Lisa started it a few years ago. I think she fell off somewhere in the first, 15 issues or so.
So I'm guessing she didn't love it.
No, she liked it. She goes in spurts with her comic reading. So she'll read for a while, then she'll stop, and then she forgets about stuff, and then she goes back and catches up.
So I got to read those comics.
This about predictions that this is going to last 18 months. Those predictions are only if like social distancing stopped and everybody went back to life as usual today. I don't see it lasting 18 months, but the virus will probably be out there.
Well, the 18-month thing is when they're projecting to have a vaccine. So it can be up to 18 months for that. And that's where that comes from.
And a big talk from today, at least in New York, is that people going back to work who have had the disease, but then what happens to the people that haven't had the disease? Do you wait for the vaccine? When's the vaccine going to come out? There's so much,
I think once it's kicked. No, or are they saying that you're still contagious even after you're cured, after the disease?
You're not contagious.
Okay.
I mean, but either way, you're the only one because you can't. If you've gotten it already, you can't catch it. But that.
Oh no, I heard it's catchable again. I heard you could catch it again.
I supposedly that's not true.
Only once. That's it.
And a tiger has it now, so that's not good. Animals are starting to get it.
Well, the coronavirus
has been around
for many, many years. It's an animal disease.
I don't think you can only catch it once. It's not like chickenpox. It's more like the flu, right?
Exactly.
They're talking about coming back.
You have antibodies.
Your body can't take another.
Yeah, you have antibodies. So the antibodies is also creating the plasma for the vaccine. So that's why they're saying that they can't. Maybe they could get it again next year, but since they just had it. So when you get the flu, you can't get the flu.
Immunity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the coronavirus has been around for years. It was only in animals. It was after a person ate an infected animal, they claim that.
See, I don't think that was ever confirmed.
It wasn't. Exactly. So if it's never been confirmed.
From the wet markets in China, right? That's.
That a person ate a bat that he bought off the market, and the bat had a really deep case of corona, and then it just evolved in him, and now it's catchable to humans as well.
Yeah, we're actually now a medical show, so all corona all the time. But yeah, obviously it's affecting all of us, and it's. We're gonna definitely have a whole conversation about how this affected our reading, and just not having comics for the week and kind of putting in there. But just as human beings, this is affecting us. And I mean, I know all of us here are thankful that we're healthy and our prayers are with people that aren't and suffering. So we definitely know how serious it is. And yeah, I mean, we're all just kind of in the wings waiting as of right now. But yeah, let's get into some news and then we'll get back to some of these questions. And thank you guys for all the comments. I'm trying to catch up. So if we haven't read your question yet, I might still be scrolled there and I'll read it after. But next up is that a comic writer is actually going to be writing Ant-Man 3, which is Jeff Loveness. I thought that was really cool that they're actually getting a comic writer. And Cassie I'm a big Cassie fan. So I'm sure she's going to be a big part of that movie. And yeah, I thought that was cool news.
It's awesome.
All right, moving on to the next piece, which is that Lana Lang has been cast for Superman, but she's a bit different in this show, it seems like. I'm going to read this off the description. So she's a Smallville loan officer, so she works for a bank, stayed in Smallville when others left for something bigger and brighter. During one of the most difficult times in her life, she reconnected with Clark.
Sounds like Lana. Lana is the one that stayed in Smallville. That's why they broke up. So
yeah, but now she is a banker and she is married to a firefighter and she has 2 kids. They're in a dark place. Kyle is a drunk and Sarah tried to take her own life a year ago. So much darker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is a Superman I'm going to wait for DVD because I need to hear what this series is going to be like. It doesn't sound exactly.
But wait, why are they making that drastic change to her character?
I mean, for television, for any story, you want to have drama and you want to have,
No, but this is dark. Like, this isn't light.
This is the way the world wants things depicted now. Dark.
Well, I mean, it's real.
It's
real.
Yeah,
People
definitely
do that
real.
kind of stuff in everyday life.
I wouldn't even think, like, character-wise, like, that I would see in a Lana Lang character is all I'm saying, It's
for that different character. But that's what adaptions are about. I don't know if I wanted another Superman show. That's kind of my issue. It's just like, did I need this? There's so much.
I still don't like the actress playing Lois. That's my problem.
Oh, same.
But I do like the actress playing Lana, Emmanuel Shrieky. She was in the movie Snow Day, if anybody remembers that, and she was in Entourage. I've seen her in a few movies, so I like her as an actress. So I'm happy about that, at least.
Another new person to the channel. I'm from New York City as well. What's up, Simon? Was wondering if I could ask what local comic shops do you guys go to here in New York City? I've been using Midtown Comics. Keep up the great content. When you say you use Midtown Comics, do you mean online or you go to the stores? Right now, I use Midtown Comics and DCBS. I order my stuff online. Kat kind of is the one that goes into local comic shops at the moment.
Yeah, so I've been going to JHU forever since I've been getting comics at JHU Comic Books. It used to be called Jim Hanley's Universe. They have a store in the city, so if you live in the city, they have one in Manhattan, and then they also have one in Staten Island. I go to the one in Staten Island. Love the shop, so very much recommend JHU.
And Michael doesn't like local comic shops, but he does like Nintendo New York, so you'll probably see Michael in Nintendo New York.
He does like that tourist trap. What?
What? No, nobody said that.
Whatever.
And I've never been to New York, so don't ask me.
And you belong in New York.
In your soul, you're a New Yorker.
City Lights.
Simon gets his comics online. Yeah, I've been trying to get Chris to go to JHU. So if you live in the city, I will, I tell you to go to JHU as well.
I'm not going to talk anything about, but I am bringing a whole series back, and I'm looking to put a twist on it. I am working so hard not to put out any spoilers about this series. Kat and Brant know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm keeping hush-hush on that. So, Simon, stick around. You might be really intrigued when I decide to bring my whole series back once this whole virus goes away.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch it.
So, Simon, definitely follow here. Don't forget to hit the sub button, thumbs up, likes, and follow all of our individual channels.
We have all our
channels. For some reason, I still have our individual channels up. I'm
Which honestly is probably it might be just keep it. Yeah, because we have nothing to show.
People might want to check us out.
Yeah.
Follow our social medias and everything. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to check mine out, you know, rock and roll stuff. Yeah.
He
Mike does not do anything comic related.
I do video game stuff, and I do.
I was gonna say he doesn't talk about music though. So you guys
made a playlist.
Brand should be called Dude of Rock because he does more music on his channel.
Oh, we got another new person, Manny D. Oh, I'm new too, and you guys can't see me. But we are seeing you now, so thank you.
Oh no, I did see you. I brought up when you said yo, and I waved. Whenever we're in the middle of a conversation, if somebody says hi, I'll like click the hi, and I'll do this. So if you ever see your comment hi, and somebody's talking, and you do see it pop up on the screen, and me doing this, I saw you. No, Manny, I saw you.
They may just be listening too. So they might not.
Oh, that's true. It's harder. So I'm sorry. This is what I do if you're just listening. If we're talking and somebody says hi, I'll click the hi and I wave. So I say hi to everyone who said hi since Black Knight. So I've been saying hi to everyone who said hi. I'd bring it up and I'd wave. So I'm always waving. So I definitely did see you, Manny.
So just to be clear, Chris brings up your name on the screen and then waves hi at you.
Yes.
If that wasn't clear from
it wasn't clear. I'm sorry.
No, it was very clear. You just said it like 3 times, so I was being sarcastic. I was being a jerk.
So Brad's not here anymore.
Oh, I actually thought he left. I thought he dropped out at that moment.
You know.
Oh no. All right. Well, let's get to
no comic guy, so we'll keep going. Go ahead.
We could keep going. There's nothing else to talk about besides
wow, now everybody's been hi.
Everyone's saying hi. Oh, and we
now I didn't do that. Everybody up, but everybody back.
Oh
there we
God.
go. Now look what Grant did. Now there we go.
There you go.
So, what's up? I got ha-has. And
so next up, we're going to talk about PlayStation 5's new controller. I don't have it. I don't have a PlayStation, so I don't got it.
PlayStation 5's new controller? I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Just announced.
No, can you like display it on the share screen?
Yeah, I actually should. You're right. Sorry about that. This is what the new controller
actually looks kind of
like.
cool. There we go. There you go.
Oh wow!
Yeah, basically they're copying the Xbox controller.
Yeah, it definitely does look like an Xbox controller.
Except white and black.
Pretty cool.
I like the two-tone look though, and it has like the little glow around the edges of the big button.
Wow, they really
cool. I mean, I'll be more comfortable playing a PlayStation with that controller.
Yeah, I'm a PS guy, so I'm good with it. I'm happy with it.
I am an Xbox gal, so it doesn't affect me. And I think I canceled that. Nope, we're still good. So next up, we're going to take up some more questions. So Comic Universal said, what is your favorite Western movie? Mine is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I'm not a huge Western fan.
Me either.
I mean, I've seen cowboys and Indians, like, you know, like from long time.
Shouldn't say that, but yes.
Why?
It's not
those.
Not
Cowboys and
differently.
Native Americans.
Yes.
There you go.
No, I just saw them. I'm just not saying, you know, there's no other Western movie I could think of, really.
I like Tombstone. I don't know. I haven't watched a whole lot of Westerns. It's not my genre. I don't watch a lot of them. So
yeah, it's not my genre either. I don't know. I think like the Oscar versions of those movies, like I've seen like
wasn't there one with Gene Wilder in it?
Probably.
Gene Wilder Western.
There
was one. I don't know what it was called.
Now I gotta see.
There was one about the what were their names?
There's Blazing Saddles. I'm guessing you're talking about.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
The one I forget which outlaw it was that shot somebody in the back. Whichever one that was. There was a movie about them. They were brothers, and I can't remember what it was called. Or anything. No,
not Georgie.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. I'm trying to scroll up back to the questions because we were kind of far behind on the questions, but that was a very good one, even though we didn't really have a good answer for you. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man. Okay, we're really far behind, so we're gonna answer some questions. Let's see. Did you hear the rumor about Diamond potentially mailing out floppies to vendors' personal houses instead of their shops? I did not.
I was talking about Jesse James, by the way.
There you go.
Go ahead. Sorry, Kat.
No, I didn't hear about Diamond potentially mailing out floppies to vendors.
I did not hear about
their
that
personal houses. That's so weird.
That is weird. I can't imagine them doing that. That would be strange.
Sorry about that.
Did you hear the rumor that Diamond did not pay publishers? That's not a rumor. That's
actually true.
Yeah, that's not a rumor at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually came up with a statement. It's on our news, I think. Maybe,
yeah.
About the
Is it? Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. So Diamond to give part of what they owe to retailers and publishers.
Yeah, 25% of what they owe, they're paying out. I think. Didn't you say something about 5 months, Chris?
It's going to be in 5 months.
Yeah.
They're doing 25% every week or something like that.
Yeah.
And then in 5 months, everybody should be paid off. But if we have to wait 5 months for books, I don't think that's happening. I think if it goes 5 months with no distributing, we won't be hearing from Diamond again.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen at all.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's pressuring Diamond to come back. I'm expecting in another week or two to hear back from Diamond that they're going to be starting up again in like whenever they make the announcement, it'll be like a week or two after that. So,
I mean, it's hard. They want to be safe for their employees
Right.
and all that stuff, and I understand that completely.
and we want them to be safe. We're not saying give us back our books. We can't survive. It's
right.
the fact that you just, I don't think the comic industry will ever die because, they're waiting an extra month. But I mean, you can't go 8 to 12 months either with no comic books.
Well, and that goes into our main topic too, is that Marvel, DC has not been confirmed, but Marvel has been confirmed that they stopped a lot of their books from moving forward.
A third of their entire line.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about Brand shared about the artist who's on Turtle saying that 105 is the end. Like,
so that they just stopped. There's a lot. There's G.I. Joe is another one. So that honestly goes into a lot of our topics for this week is that things are stopping to be
in general.
That affects the writer, that affects the artist because they're not getting paid. So it's affecting even more people.
Yeah, and Image laid off 4 people as well. And
I thought that was a rumor. Okay, I didn't even know that was.
No, they laid off people that were directly affected, like in their shipping and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously they can't do their job right now. I think Valiant lost a couple of people too. It's just
well, maybe they laid them off so they could get unemployment, and then when things start up again, they'll rehire them. Like it's one of those
possible
until further notice.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just they can't pay them to do their job right now. So
Which again, it all goes back to Diamond. We want everybody to be safe, and right now, non-essential businesses, all of them, even wrestling is becoming affected by it. I
still don't understand how wrestling is.
They're doing their show. They're pre-taping a lot of it.
Yeah, it's all pre-taped.
But there's like no audience. It's just like you could hear them talking while they're wrestling.
Yeah, but that's still so weird. That's weird because they have to contact. Well, they also have to I guess they get tested before they go on stage.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But they've
already recorded. Go ahead, Brant. You go.
I was just going to say they're using a very limited roster. The people that they actually have in the areas, like all WWE stuff's taking place in Orlando in the Performance Center. So it's all the people that they have there. And then I think AEW is filming in Georgia. So we're seeing the same people over and over again.
Right.
And it's pre-taped for a couple of weeks at a time.
They literally did 1 or 2 days where they recorded everything, and now everybody's already home again.
Right.
There you go. We have a couple of questions, and we'll go back to news. But David Presley asks, anyone read Echo? Yes, I've read all Terry Moore's stuff.
I have not.
Probably my least favorite of his, but I still really like it. It's pretty cool. I love his work.
I finally read the latest issue of 5 Years, by the way.
Did you? I didn't yet. So was it good?
You haven't read? Yeah,
no, but tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Katchu's having a hard time. She's dreaming. She's having nightmares.
Only one more issue left that she's dreaming.
It's a Zoe heavy issue. It's all Zoe.
I don't really like her. So.
It's interesting. But,
all right. We have a couple issues left of that one. I was waiting to see if that's going to be release printed, but I don't. They might just skip the issue completely. If they do, I'll just read it back to back. But
yeah.
Just to throw this, it's a briefie. I think WWE is going on a break. I'm not sure. No. I think I don't think so. I think they've pre-recorded enough WWE and AEW for the next 2-3 weeks. So unless we go another month where everybody's in like a tight quarantine, I think if not having them back without a crowd, wrestling will be back on tour.
Yeah, I mean, the last I read, they'd filmed through tomorrow, but they've been advertising SmackDown, so I'm assuming they're going forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So and AEW has done 3 weeks of Dynamite recorded already, and they're seeing that by the time they get to they're doing a TNT Championship tournament, and by the time that all the pre-recorded stuff is done, the two winners should be facing each other either live or with the crowd again.
Not to mention WWE's already advertising their next pay-per-view,
right?
Which is
I mean, come on, so, they're not going to be gone for long.
Yeah, right.
We have another question here. Tevia asks, "Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2?" I have not.
No,
Tevia is heavy on the video games tonight.
He wants Michael to have his time to shine.
I want to play that game.
I haven't. I haven't played it yet.
I haven't played the first one.
The first one was very good.
I hear you ride a lot of horses, and
it's Grand Theft Auto with horses.
Yeah,
I could just play Grand Theft Auto. It's fine.
With cars.
Yeah, cars are better than horses.
Do you get to like rob stagecoaches and stuff like that? Because that would be really fun.
I guess you do. I guess that'd be the game. I don't know.
That's cool.
Interesting. So Manny DX, what Corona area are you all from? New York.
We're all New York except Brett.
New York.
Texas.
There you go. And you guys could let us know if you want what Corona area you're from. Let's see. Going through these questions. Let's go to a news piece as I look through the questions. Super Mario manga is coming to America. So Michael, you're all on that.
Here. I thought it was here already. Didn't
no, it actually wasn't. There was actually when I read it like about 2-3 years ago, they said that they were thinking about bringing out a manga for Mario because we have manga of Legend of Zelda.
Yes,
so
a lot of them.
Right. So for that to be a manga of the Super Mario Brothers, I think that it's a great time for them to shine because.
Well, what story are they going to tell, Michael? Zelda had a story like Link to the Past.
Right.
Wild.
No, but this Mario could lead into so many directions. It could be like
a TV show.
No, like either he could go after Bowser, or it could be something with Cappy from the
Galaxy. Maybe do a Galaxy book,
or in a Galaxy or Sunshine. I mean, you never know what story.
No, that's true. See, now you got the themes. If they don't make a Luigi's Mansion 1, 2, and 3, I'm gonna be very upset. Very upset.
If it's Mario Brothers, it's Mario and Luigi. You get both.
Luigi's Mansion manga. Period.
They have 3 games of Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
You played one.
I played the new one.
You have. How come I never saw you play it?
You don't live here anymore.
No, I never even.
How come I never? I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't realize you still lived here. Wow, dude, seriously. You didn't see me play Mario Maker either, did you?
No, you told me about it.
So I'm telling you, I played Luigi's Mansion. I didn't beat it.
I didn't know Luigi Mansion had a manga.
No, I'm saying I would like it to have a manga.
I didn't know there were multiple Luigi Mansion games.
I knew there was a new one
for the GameCube. There's the one that came out for the 3DS, and then the new one.
Well, let's go into our next topic here, which is, I'm just going to talk about this because no one else cares, but I care. Legend of Korra voice actors did a live reading of Turf Wars, and it was pretty awesome. It already passed, and it was awesome. So Korra Sami, they did their thing, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, I think they're releasing the audio for the future if you didn't watch it live, though. But there wasn't a lot of things to talk about this week, so I'm like, putting it on the news. All right. Well, next up, we got, there's only 2 things left to talk about. And one being that CGC is to remain open during the pandemic. So if you want to grade your comics as you're organizing them, there you go. You can.
I guess it's because it really is a very, I don't want to say sterile environment, but I mean, literally, they are taking your book, they're grading.
They're wearing gloves.
They're wearing gloves already because nobody wants you to really touch the comic. So, I mean, maybe they're taking extra, precaution, but I mean, it's already a very sterile environment.
It's kind of smart on their part, honestly. It's you can't spend money on comics. Hey, these comics may be going away. Hey, grade your comics. We're still around.
Comics ain't never going away.
They're getting new comics, new old comics. So yeah, it's definitely smart. We have a question from Willie who says, "What's your favorite thing to do during quarantine?" Is there a favorite thing to do? I don't know. I guess nothing. I want to go outside, honestly.
I'm fine. I'm doing video games, having fun with my kids.
My life hasn't really changed. I work from home. I rarely leave. My whole life is kind of.
I like to stay at home.
My whole life is at this computer.
And my life is right.
I leave to go to the grocery store, and that's not changed. I just go less often.
When you leave to go to the grocery store, do you say goodbye to your computer?
No, I mean I can't go out to the movies or out to eat and stuff like that. But I live in a small town right now, and there's not a whole lot to do anyway. So,
I miss going outside. I like my basketball. I can't play it, so that sucks. I
would say I miss going out, but the most I go out is in June, July, and August because it's summer, and the way things are projected, people will be able to go out again by July.
Yeah, see, once we move to San Antonio, that'll be different. There's a lot more to do there. It's just there's literally if we're not going to a movie or something, it's just there's nothing here to do anyway.
Most of our friends moved away. I mean, Mike doesn't live here anymore, so I mean, it's the kids. Cindy and I have different interests, and this is why I'm looking into trade paperbacks. I put the question on. I'll throw it out there real quick. Everybody watching, if you'd like to make any recommendations for hardcovers, trades, or omnibuses, feel free. I'm making a huge wish list. That's a new thing. I'm making a huge wish list of all books that I'm being recommended. Actually, after watching Mike's review, if you're watching this in Comic Book Corner 2.0, that's the video right before this. And I read Monstrous issue 1 and 2. I think I stopped at 3.
I think I have the first trade of that, and I've never read it.
I might get the hardcover, which is the first 18 issues, and I have it in my wish list now. But anybody who wants to read, I saw Letter 44. I think I read that and wasn't interested. I think Bavaria mentioned Letter 44.
A couple people.
Dan recommended Superpowers, or is that what it's called? Superpowers Omnibus.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I have it on my list. That he recommended. But if anybody has any trades they'd like to recommend, I'm sad that I can't get the Ed Brubaker Captain America.
Or are you just talking about Super? Are you talking about Super?
Yeah, Super is an indie.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Super. Is it an omnibus?
Super.
It's not an omnibus. Yeah, I read it. It's really good art. And also the artist actually did a cover for like Twilight Daughter. Yeah, I guess for quarantine, I would say I've been watching more TV, which is nice because I write a lot, but sadly haven't been able to watch as much TV. So I watched Tiger King, guys. It's a crazy roller coaster ride.
Lisa watched that. I started Walking Dead back.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, the reason being is because Lisa's dad's brother told him to watch Walking Dead. So he's literally in the past week and a half, he's up through season 7. He's been binging the whole thing. And so I stopped at season 7, episode 2, and I kept hearing it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it again. So I've watched a couple episodes now. So I'm back into it.
So you're catching up. I watched another Netflix show, Feel Good, it's called. It was pretty good. Short and sweet.
I binged all of Ozark season 3 already. What else did I watch?
Gotta watch Tiger King.
I want to read.
Chris, there's a sitcom on Netflix now starring The Big Show. It's called The Big Show. Yeah, it's a fictional version of his real life.
So Chris will watch that.
No, I won't. No.
I can imagine him.
I just imagine it's like Meet the Hogans.
No, it's not reality. It's comedy. It's fictional. It's like
you
a
think
sitcom.
That Hulk Hogan's reality show was reality? You're fine.
No, I'm saying it's not like that. It's not a faux reality show. It's an actual
it's actually
show.
made to look crazy. Yeah. Maybe then I might. I don't know. I haven't.
It's silly.
With ha laughs in it.
Yeah, exactly. Laugh track and all that. Yeah.
So watching more is a good thing. That's a good thing to do during the quarantine. What else have I been doing? Writing, which is good. Like actually have time to do that in the mix of working. All right, well, let's get to our last news piece and then keep coming with the question, guys. Last thing is the Comic Hub falls through. So me and Brant were having a back and forth. I missed the comment.
He was talking about the Big Show, I think.
Oh,
so
it's great. Willie was saying it was bad.
We watched 2 episodes. It was it's
so he's like, no, yes, it was good, and you're like, no, it's good.
It's like, don't.
No, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I was telling you what it was.
Oh, okay.
But it's the Big Show, so I'm gonna watch it. But go ahead, Kat. Comic Hub. I'm sorry.
Comic Hub. No worries. It fell through. It was pretty much the layout was going to be if you get a printed comic, you would get a digital comic, but it reversed it where you would get the digital comic first, and then you would get the printed comic.
It was brilliant. It was a brilliant trade so that people could keep reading their books.
Yeah, but then, I understood in the retailer's point of view of why they would be scared of it, because then it's like, all right, how would that affect sales? So I get it.
They'd be getting their books still. No?
Then what's the point? Like, I think for me, like, I like reading print. So it's just like, how would that affect readers? Like, are you forced to read digitally then? I think there's a lot to it.
I think the idea behind it was solid. The idea behind it was you pre-order your print comic from your local comic shop, because they had a bunch of comic shops in already using Comic Hub, so you would order it from your local comic shop, and then you would get a digital version of that comic now to read to hold you over until you were able to get your print comic. I think some of the retailers didn't understand it at first, and then some of them actually brought up kind of valid arguments as to why, as far as the money exchange and why it wouldn't work. I read some comments afterwards that kind of made sense, and I started to understand their point of view a little bit better. But I thought it was a good idea. Whether it would have actually worked or not, we'll never know, because they killed it. So
yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm sure there's more ideas circulating as we try to figure all this stuff out. But I think it was the more positive idea compared to other ones we were getting. Yeah. Let's see, just a comment from Gerald. Hey guys, just subbed to Marvel Unlimited, a good alternative. See what books I like enough to buy and print. Yeah, I read a lot of Marvel Unlimited growing up, and which I guess weirdly says my age. I'm 25, and Marvel Unlimited did exist in high school, but I think it was the start of it. I remember I read like a lot of Spider-Girl on there, and then obviously got the print stuff. I don't know. I was seeing something about a big nose in Florida. I don't know anything about that. Gerald, I don't know. I'm reading the comments. Do any of you guys subscribe to digital? What's your thoughts on digital comics? I guess quickly, like, again, I read digital when I have to for work, but I like printed
review copies.
Yeah.
I do use Comixology. I have quite a library on there, but I do prefer physical. It's my preferred medium, of course. So I can't always get to my local shop because it's half hour away, and it's not my favorite shop, to be honest.
It's not worth it if it's not your favorite. I think it's worth it if you like the shop. But.
Yeah, and it's nothing against the shop, and I'm not going to call it out or whatever. It's just I've been to shops that were more like inviting, and the atmosphere was more appealing to me. So, when I moved in San Antonio, I know I've been to several shops there, so I'm hoping I'll find a regular shop to go back to again. So,
another question. I think we've answered this one before, but has anyone played Persona 5?
I've never even heard of that.
It's not a game you'd play, Brent.
Okay.
But no,
does anyone know when Black Widow is going to be released? Yeah, so we talked about that. It's going to be November.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. With no new comics coming out, have you guys been buying filler stuff or stuff that came out? I bought a couple of trades just to support my store, but mostly just like taking the time to chill a bit, right? And like catch up on other stuff just because like I read a lot of comics we all do, but yeah. I don't know.
I haven't bought anything because I have a lot of stuff that I haven't read on hand. We used to have a Hastings before they all closed down, and they would constantly have sales. So we bought a whole bunch of trades, and I've got a bunch of Kickstarter stuff that I've backed here. I actually read one of my Kickstarter reward books last night because
Kickstarter is a good thing to do during this time for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very happy to see more people like getting on that bandwagon. What did you read from Kickstarter?
I'm filling my gap. Oops, sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I read a book called Willowbrook. It's by Emma Kubert. It's one of their daughters. I can't remember which one, if it's Andy or Adam, but it's one of their daughters. She ran a Kickstarter for it last year, I think it was. So.
What are you gonna say, Chris?
Well, nothing. I'm buying trades. I'm buying books to fill in gaps. Actually, when this is all said and done, if anything, through this whole quarantine, I've gained a huge respect for trades and stuff, and especially because I started thinking to myself about it. I'm like, I have these awesome comics, but once I put them away and the long boxes pile up, it's like, how do you get to them? Trades are like so easy. You just put them in a shelf. You want to read it again, you pull it out. And also, I think I've watched way too much Gem Mint collections and Near Mint collect that I'm like, wow, I like their bookshelves. I would like to look like Barnes & Noble too.
So one thing I was going to ask, I guess, kind of goes into the conversation we're having is like, how did you guys feel with no comics this week? I will say this week didn't feel like it was ending, right? Like
I didn't even know it was Tuesday. I didn't know Wednesday passed. That's
the thing. Like it just didn't feel like a week to me, just because like I didn't read my comics, and I think for a lot of us here, like our lives surround around comics.
I wasn't doing work. I was like, I feel empty.
I was last night I was wandering around, and I walked in and told Lisa, I said, I'm bored. I think I'm in comic withdrawal. I need more comics. I can't read my comics.
Brant's going crazy.
True.
It's happened. Cat was last week. Brant is this week.
Yeah, this week is Brant going crazy. This week I feel like I got a lot of stuff accomplished, like work-wise, so I felt good. But yeah, without comics, I mean, if you guys, for newer viewers, you guys don't know, I do journalism for comics, so Newsarama and DC Universe. Luckily for DC Universe, we already talk about old comics, but for Newsarama, it's like weird because I always talk about new comics. Like that's part of my job is to interview people about new comics. So it's weird that we're doing like articles about retrospectives and anything that's not new comics. That's a lot of what we do. So that's been interesting and so different. Not that I didn't do retrospectives before, but it was never the center of my job. It was like, I'll do one retrospective article. So that's kind of changed a little bit, but it was weird. It was definitely, I missed my comics, and the week.
I want them back as soon as possible. That's why I'm really hoping the stores and companies are pressuring Diamond to get their butts in gear.
Yeah. Fortunately for me, my work is heavily involved with indie comics, right? So my workflow hasn't stopped. It hasn't slowed down. It's actually increased, which is kind of cool.
Get on those Kickstarters. I think there's a lot of cool stuff. And me and Brant were kind of having a conversation. I think we were having I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we had this conversation. Our Kickstarter is actually like doing better or worse.
Yeah, we did last week because SM Down was talking about your book.
Right, we were. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I did so this week for my channel, because I've been trying to do different videos. I did top 10 Kickstarters, and it seemed like the money flow was pretty the same, which was interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of been the thing. There's still millions of dollars active on Kickstarter right now, and I think in the comics that I've been following have been doing pretty well still through all this.
Yeah. So that's good. And so it doesn't, if you're launching a Kickstarter or you want to support Kickstarters, because again, I feel like this is really a good time to check those out. I'm actually sending 50 comics to a comic store tomorrow, just because like more stores are also willing to sell indie comics because they have nothing to sell. So I think
unfortunately, all the stores in New York are closed, so it's very hard to support.
Yeah. Well, they're just doing like online stuff. So they're doing like auctions. Stuff like that. So that's how they're selling these books. So you always have to have a.
Yeah, I think Bulletproof in Brooklyn mentioned that they were going to be doing auctions for a while or something like that.
I saw a post about that. I I don't know. I didn't hear anything back though. Let's see if there's other comments here. We definitely answered.
I think Grant. Thoughts
oh
on
yeah.
Warriors.
Oh no. We're not. We're gonna. They want to discuss the new series, but I don't know if you want to get into that.
If it's that same issue that we've been skirting for the past couple weeks, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Is that it? Okay, then
probably. No. I'm guessing that's what they want to ask.
All I know
talk about the comic.
It's a diversity thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then no. Then all I can say is the best New Warriors is the trade I'm trying to find from back in the 90s, I think. When did the New Warriors come out? Was it
90s? Yeah.
That's the trade I'm looking for. I really could care less about current day New Warriors.
Tevye asked this question. We answered this last week, but
we did.
Will you cover back issues?
No.
Because again,
trade reviews. I'm working on a few trade reviews. Mike just did a trade review.
Trades, I would say yes, because more people are buying those. Like, there's more of like, oh, it's at
I
Barnes
feel like
Noble.
now is an important time to do trade reviews because now everybody's looking for it. Like Kat just said, exactly.
But a back issue is like, oh, where am I going to find Power Pack issue 42? You know, it's just with a trade, it's so much easier to find these things.
It's an arc, it's a story arc also. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a full reading.
It's easier to talk about. So yeah, no, we're not doing back issues. And also, you know, one thing I'll mention. So I did the Kickstarter video and it did well enough for me, which I was very happy with. And then I did a collection video because I'm like, oh man, everyone's always asking me to do my collection. I'm going to do it. My lowest ranking video for months is the stupid collection video that I did. Yeah.
I liked your collection video.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I like doing it, but it's just like, oh, I thought I was going to get like a good amount of views because like everyone's been asking for it. And then I finally put out a collection video and people watched the Jason Todd video more. So I'm just like, I give up. The Jason Todd one took me a lot less than the collection video. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, it's just, you never know what we're going to watch. You learn your lessons sometimes too.
People ask for it and then you see no results. Like Mike Talica was another thing where everybody wanted it. Mike went crazy, got all the clothes and everything, and
nobody watched it.
No one watched it. And then the people had
thanks.
What happened to Mike Talica? Let's think about it for a moment.
Yeah, let's think about the Mike Talica where you all laughed at the wig.
It was funny.
I mean, we laughed. Well, we're the only ones who laughed because we're the only ones who watched it.
I was so happy I found that wig.
Oh man. Yeah.
Exactly.
Haters gonna hate for sure. All right. Well, we got a question here. Oh, something about New Warriors, but what happened to Outlawed's event? Just like anything else, everything's over.
Everything. Yeah. It's all delayed. Did they tell which books they put on pause? I don't think they actually revealed.
No.
All we knew is whatever Kat shared today, and those were independents. G.I. Joe, Turtles.
And for DC, it's just rumor that they're halting Black Label and the 5G stuff. So we don't have that confirmation yet, right?
Yeah, we didn't get a confirmation about it. So keep coming with the questions, guys. We'll go until
the way I'm going to support Turtles is I'm going to try to get those back issue hardcovers because they look really nice in collected form. So I might actually do that and show some support that way while we wait for the Turtles to come back. We got Brawley Khan who says, "Did you guys see the teaser for Into the Spider-Verse 2?" No, I didn't know there was a teaser, but
I didn't even see it.
Gwen's in it. I'll watch it. I'm just joking. Anyone's in it. Is there something that I'm missing with David Presley's Twitter? I've seen him say that several times now. Maybe he wants to follow us on Twitter.
At Comic Frontline. Or at any of these below us. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Comic Universal asks, what was your guys' thoughts on Batman the Animated Series that came out this week? I loved it. I'm going to take it off just in case you guys haven't read the issue. I read it. That's the Jason Todd video. Go check it out. I'll leave my thoughts there.
It was okay.
It was very okay. I guess I'll say that. It's just like I was definitely expecting a lot more than what I got.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was filler. And this is
going to be that guy that says I'm waiting for the first issue to come out whenever they start releasing.
I was expecting more, I think. It was just okay.
It was not. I hear a little echo, but it just. I thought it was going to be more of like introducing new characters. Like we were going to see like Cassandra Cain or something like that. And it just was Batman fighting a robot and then Lex shows up.
Yeah.
I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we got a couple of questions here. Any idea if Power Pack is inevitable return for Marvel Comics will lead to a potential Disney Plus appearance soon? I mean, I'd be really excited if they end up doing that, but I think it's just because Outlaw is about kid heroes being outlawed, and when you think kid heroes, you think Power Pack. So I don't know if they're necessarily connected, but like Julie's my girl, so I'd love to see that. Tevia keeps asking us about death metal. We've talked about death metal, and we're all very underwhelmed.
So when it comes out, we'll talk about it even more.
I don't think any of us will even read it. Like I'm not reading it. Okay, so Chris is reading death metal. You'll only hear Chris's thoughts on death metal because I don't think any of us are going to read it.
I'm not touching
it. Slayer might be reading. I think he's excited for it.
Is he? I don't remember him liking the first one.
I think he was.
We'll have to ask him.
We'll have to ask him. I think he was also going to be reading it.
I only liked the last page of the first metal. Like I just liked when they actually were in a band and playing music. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I really didn't like the event that much. And I read it all the way through and I'm like, I don't need to read a sequel event. Again, we're not going to be talking about the New Warriors. So we're just not talking about that. The Black Knight asks, are you guys Trekkies? Did you like Picard? Nope.
I am a Trekkie. Brant actually told me I should watch Picard, and it's really good so far.
I've only watched two or three episodes so far. We fell behind on it, so I really liked what I did see so far, though.
I'm excited for season 2.
We have Barry Allen who asks, who's our favorite artist? That's a cool question.
Jim Lee.
Alex
Ivan Rice.
Alex Ross.
Mine would be... oh man, who's my favorite artist? I would always go with Francis Manipool.
Ed McGuinness.
How about current artists? Anybody you guys like?
Ivan Rice, I really like.
Ian Rice is another good one.
Which one, Mike?
Ian Flynn, the one that does Sonic.
Oh yeah, Sonic. Yeah. There's somebody else, and I'm blanking.
Oh, Matteo Lotti, I think that's his last name.
Oh yeah, the Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so good.
Love his art.
Yeah.
So there's some faves right
Frank
there.
Frank Cho does some good art.
Great show. Let's see what other questions we got here. Is there any good Pokemon comics that you guys would recommend? I would call the mangas more like I don't think there's maybe there's been American Pokemon comics, but I don't know of any.
The mangas are the best, and they sell them in box sets now. So I would say get the first 2 box sets. I read the first 2 box sets. I still need 3, 4, and 5, I think. And I don't know how many more box sets there are, but the mangas are pretty good. Better than the anime, I'll say that much.
Yeah, I mean, I like the games. That's pretty much, and any of the games really. Digimon has a new reboot that's out. I am a bigger Digimon fan than Pokemon fan in the regard to the show, but Pokemon in the regards of everything else. All right, let's go to Agents of Atlas. Do you guys see the Champions and Agents of Atlas appearing in the MCU anytime soon? No, I think they're rather new. They haven't even gotten like Kamala and all that. I think they got to do all that fun jazz before. I mean, Kamala has a Disney Plus show coming out, but yeah, I would think they would have to set up
live action.
Live action.
Live action. They're talking. I think if anything, you'd see Kamala.
I think Champions might be something on Disney Plus then, because if you already got Miss Marvel, you get a Nova series. I'd like a Nova series with Sam.
That'd be cool. I'd watch it. They have to come up with some stuff for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Tevia asks favorite
coming like DC Universe.
Yeah, it's starting to. They haven't released too much. Tevia asks favorite writer. Yeah, I mean Disney Plus. I've only logged in once, so I know Onward was popular there,
but nothing new.
Yeah, I see it. Well, Onward's technically new, and I guess that's
watch that. Yeah,
I love Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, obviously, yeah, but that's like the only show they got. So, all right, going back to favorite writer. Tom DeFalco is always my favorite. Jan Jurgens for Chris.
I really like Wade. Dennis Hopeless, Mark Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Waltz, Kevin Eastman, especially.
Hopeless.
I'd have to think about that one.
So a lot of Dennis Hopeless in there. Yeah. We got Lyric who says the 90s X-Men animated show is on Disney Plus. I like Evolution
in America, no? Don't we?
I guess so. I think so. Let's see.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going? What do you expect from the plots of all the Disney Plus MCU shows? Nothing, honestly. I'm just like going for the ride. I don't want to think about it. Like, I feel like then you just get disappointed. It's just like, oh.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see what they do with that Scarlet Witch show. That looks really
that's got me interested too, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the one, well, besides Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk, but like more recent ones, like the newer ones that are going to come out. Definitely excited for that one. Yeah. Tevia asks, any opinion on Justice League Dark Apocalypse War being the finale to the DC Comics anime movie universe?
Not the finale. It is. There's still more.
I heard inklings of it, but I didn't hear it from anywhere like reputable.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's the end of the New 52 feeling anime universe, but
there's all more
stories to tell.
I think that's what they meant. Is this going to be the end of that? But which makes sense. Yeah.
What, Brent?
Said good.
Good. Brent's hated those movies for I don't know how long.
They're not
and I
very
don't blame
great.
him. I'm kind of glad they'll go back to some type of a classic.
I only like Death of Superman out of all of them. I think
it still felt weird because the Death of Superman didn't happen in the New 52 universe. So
it wasn't it wasn't perfect, but it was probably the best we've seen in a long time.
It was the closest we've seen out of everything. Yes, definitely. And Son of Batman. Son of Batman was pretty close.
I didn't like that one. I hate Damien's voice.
I like Son of Batman.
Yeah, only Harley Quinn. I love Damien's voice because he's a joke in that show. Watch Harley Quinn if you haven't. It's very good. Muhammad asks if you've seen the Japanese Super Sentai and all that fun jazz.
Kamen Rider is my main. I've watched Sentai. It's okay, but Kamen Rider always catches me every season. Sentai, it has to be a really good. I think the Knights one, the latest Sentai, I've really liked, but I think the train Tokyuger, I didn't get into. That one kind of didn't catch me. But I've been watching Kamen Rider constant. I like Kamen Rider. It's a lot of fun.
So this is a follow-up from our other question. But what was your favorite work from your favorite writer? I mean, if I'm picking Tom DeFalco, Spider-Girl for me.
I mean, Chuck Dixon's run on any DC title. Dan Jurgens on Superman. Kevin Eastman only has one book that I follow, and that's Turtles. So
I with Mark Waid, if I'm gonna go with him, I actually didn't read a whole lot of his mainstream stuff. I discovered him more at CrossGen, Ruse and stuff like that, and then I followed him over, and then of course his Daredevil run and Archie run. I really am a fan of.
I liked Alan Moore's stuff before he went completely batshit crazy.
Whatever.
Dennis Hopeless, not like any of Alan Moore's work.
Dennis Hopeless. That what was that? What was it called? Where they were all in the arcade thing. Where they were in the.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God! It was with the Avengers Academy. Oh,
no, yeah. After Avengers Academy, though.
Yeah,
Avengers Arena.
Avengers Arena. Yeah, that's what made me a fan of his.
Yeah, I love his character work. He does a great job. Barry Allen asks if this was a new mic. Nope, same mic. Any opinions on Clone Wars? I think we talked about that. Favorite actor or actress? I don't know. I don't really have one. Favorite actor? Probably Chris Evans. I really do like Chris Evans.
Tom Holland's good. I mean, I'll be naming all the Marvel actors at this point.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. That's a good one. Favorite actress?
Sigourney Weaver.
Really?
She's cool.
No, really?
No. I'm just
wow.
Out there. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, Brant. I'm like a child in the 80s. No.
I mean, she's a cool girl.
Prove that women can kick ass back in the 80s.
She's a good actress. I'm trying to think. I feel like a lot of things are just like depending on the movie or TV show. Like I really like that actor. Like I love the cast of Booksmart, you know? Like I don't know.
I'm not good on the spot with that. I just like totally blank out. Like, oh, what? I don't know movies anymore. I don't
right?
know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like just saying this is my favorite actor or actress because I feel like I'm ranking a person. You know, I'd rather like rank their work.
Well, for those of you that don't know, it's me. It's either comic books, video games, or collectibles. I'm far behind when it comes to movies, TVs, and stuff. I've like literally Marvel movies and DC animated DVD stuff. That's about it.
I actually like Leonardo DiCaprio a lot. I think
he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
He's a good actor, and he does a lot of good movies.
Come back.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, man. I think we could all agree
on Tom Hanks, yes.
All agree on him. Michael, you got a favorite actor or actress?
Favorite actor. Well, my favorite actor is definitely Thomas Jane, who did The Punisher, of course.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
And Tobey Maguire was another favorite actor. And actress, I'd say Angelina Jolie.
All right. Interesting choice.
Tomb Raider and stuff.
What was that? The famous movie she did, Girl Interrupted. Have you seen that one?
No, I don't think I did see that one.
Tomb Raider. All right, let's go to Comic Universal. Did any of you guys read Dark Agnes? I did not.
No.
What about Moon Knight? I don't quite care.
What about Moon Knight?
I think they're talking about the Disney Plus show.
Oh, okay.
I think if I could go back,
we're gonna be saying the same thing when it comes out. What about Moon Knight?
I've never been able to get into Moon Knight.
I tried so many times, and it just no.
Some people want a DC Marvel crossover now. What two characters would you like to see in a book together? See, this is also a question that I never am good at. Like, I don't know.
I like the Avengers and Justice League of America crossover. I feel like
then, like we've seen that before.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying if they were to take that series and make it into an animated movie or something.
Oh, just a movie. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Sorry. Not great at that. What is the future route of the what is the future route of the DC animated universe moving forward? Perhaps a new type of universe. I think they should just do no universe and just. I don't even think they should do that. Just like stop sticking to universe. Do a movie. That's it.
Do something other than Batman and Justice League.
Well, that's not happening. Hello, Comic Core. Thank you for watching.
What's
up? Let's see.
I have a question that was asked towards me real quick. Sure. Would you love to see Kamen Rider in the Marvel MCU if Toei and Marvel can join forces? No. And the reason being, Kamen Rider did come to America once, and it was bastardized so badly that Kamen Rider said they will never do another United States of America adaptation. So I think I'd rather Kamen Rider stay in Japan. So, I mean, if they wanted to do a comic, I feel like it'd work better as a manga. I mean,
the only version of Kamen Rider I've ever seen is the American version.
And you saw garbage.
I don't remember because it was my brother watching it.
That's it. You don't remember. That's enough said. Exactly. It was bad. It was terrible. So, yeah, they swore they wouldn't let America do to Kamen Rider what they did to Sentai. They wanted Kamen Rider to remain serious or in the universe that it was without people changing up the entire story and only keeping the suit bits. So, I mean, if Marvel wanted to do a movie, a comic, again, I'd rather they go to a manga company and have Kamen Rider made into a manga. That I would collect. I would collect all the seasons of Kamen Rider through manga if they did 100%.
I'll get it out one of these days. Big Bad Beetleborgs was better.
Wait, what?
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs. That was another good one. I like Beetleborgs when I was a kid.
I think I've seen an episode of that, but definitely enough to say it's better.
Ultraman is ready to be adapted into the Marvel comic series. I don't
think we talked about that. No, didn't we talk about that?
I don't know.
Ultraman? I think Ultraman was in Dark Horse last time I checked with their book.
I feel like we did talk about that. Anyways, Gerald Lang.
The TV series. Ultraman is oh yeah, it was. Never mind.
Gerald Lang says, have you guys read God Loves Man Kills? I actually haven't. I haven't read that one. I know people love it.
I don't think I have either, honestly.
Like, we could all lie here and say, yeah. But
I really don't think I have. I think that I missed that one.
Yeah, I know people like it, though. Oh, man, this is a question. So overall thoughts on Jonathan Hickman as a writer and your feelings on his X-Men run. All right, this is the weird thing is that we all really like his X-Men run, really surprisingly, because up to this point, we were all in agreement that we could just never get into a Hickman book. Anytime we tried, it just never happened. And even with his newest indie book, we're just like, yeah, this is not for me. But his X-Men, man, I've been loving it. So I'm glad. I'm happy. But yeah, usually Hickman's not my favorite writer, just not my style.
Right. And that's the thing. It's just not my style either. Like I've tried to get into so many Hickman books. I mean, going back to his run on Avengers and New Avengers and the Fantastic Four, several of his indie books, and I cannot get into any of them. But the X-Men stuff is solid. Yeah.
Then we did talk about it, Kat. There was a press conference 2 months ago.
Yeah, there we go. We definitely I think I put that on the news somewhere.
I might have missed that week.
Yeah, or we deleted it and only one person marked it.
That's cool for Ultraman. I'd rather, if Kamen Rider was going to do anything, I'd rather it be a manga because I'd rather collect it that way.
Yeah,
I see Ultraman would fit in the Marvel universe more than Kamen Rider because every season's like a different universe. Same with Sentai. They wouldn't fit with DC, with Marvel's universe.
Do you have thoughts on Hickman?
I like his writing. I hate his charts. If they could get rid of the charts and put more comic in the book.
That's a good comment. Barry Allen.
It's true.
Yes. Becky or Veronica? I think he meant Betty. But yes, Betty.
No, I'm all about Becky. It's all about Becky now.
Yeah, Becky.
Becky's definitely my fave. I don't even what's color hair
Aunt
does
Becky,
she have?
Man. Aunt Becky.
She has brown hair.
Point, I mean, you keep going with Marvel. Aunt May's going to be super young. By the time.
Yeah, Betty for me, for sure.
Betty overall. I like elements of both of them. And
yeah, I agree with that. I think it depends on the writer because I definitely like Veronica. But I like Betty most of the time more.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Favorite indie public. Oh, we're gonna
super short.
Let's see.
So far, enjoying it. A couple of episodes. I'm sorry. He keeps asking about Kamen Rider. Listen, Muhammad, Friday nights, Dark Avenger Live. So this way we could talk comics here. If you'd like to come on Dark Avenger, we could. I'll definitely share more. But I'm behind a little bit. I usually catch up when the full season's done, and then I watch the whole thing. But I've been liking it so far. I've liked every season. Gaiam is still my favorite, though.
Next question is favorite indie publisher.
Punisher.
Favorite indie publisher.
That's a favorite indie Punisher.
My favorite indie publisher is probably Boom Studios.
IDW.
Man, that's hard. I think right now probably Boom. Ask me that a few years ago, it probably would have been different.
Yeah, I think I would have said Image back in the day.
Valiant was Zenoscope.
Yeah.
Those are good ones too.
Yeah.
All good questions, guys. All right, let's see. I gotta scroll back up. I lost my spot. All right, here we go. A couple of Final Fantasy questions. We answered that. Let's see. What is your really the hard-hitting questions? What is your 5-year business plan? For what?
For what exactly? For Comic Frontline? For what?
This is it. What you see is what you get. Comic Book Weekly.
I get for Frontline.
Like about your comic, maybe that was when we were talking about.
What's my 5-year business plan?
That's the only thing we might have been talking
to cry in the corner and keep repeating, what's my 5-year business plan? What's my 5-year business plan? I mean, honestly, like it's to publish more indie comics, but to hopefully get picked up from a bigger indie company and start getting my comics out in bigger platforms. But I would say there's certain comics I want to pitch and certain comics I want to just do myself. Like Fall Like Daughter. In mind frame right now, this might change a year from now or whatever. But that's a comic I always want to do myself and that's my baby. So that's something I would always want to just self-publish. And then I have a book, The Dancer, which I've made public that I'm in the process of pitching that. So it's just pitching to other places. And now Kat Calamia 2020 is saying I would like to do more work for hire. So that's my 5-year business plan as a comic writer. How about you, Brandon Chris? What's your 5-year business plan?
I'm ready to make it next year. You're talking about 5 years. Shoot.
That's a loaded question.
It's a lie.
It was a hard-hitting question.
It
and
is
again, the crying in the corner is the more likely one than what I would say.
He has a lot more going on than I do.
I wouldn't know where to focus my 5-year business. Do I focus on Last Timber, Kickstarter design, writing, Torch Night? I don't know what. That's
Brand's 5-year business plan is to figure out
Brand's 5-year business plan is in 1 year, where he's focusing on all those things one Kickstarter at a time.
One Kickstarter at a time. But that's a really good question.
One Kickstarter at a time.
5 years from now, I would have like 4 successful businesses.
So it's businesses plan. Business plans. So that was for Frontline. Again, I think we've actually figured out the groove. What we want to do is just to make this podcast bigger. And I would say, like, if we're ever lucky enough to hopefully get sponsors and people like that, so we could make this podcast a bit bigger than it is and make it more about the podcast. I think that's always been our goal. So
and then we all have our individual channels where we do a bunch of different videos. Brant's going to be doing something soon.
Yeah. Barry Allen says, well, you got the Last Timber price. Yes. 5-year plan on that is just continue putting out books, like and start collecting trades and start focusing on the Emberverse specifically.
I can't wait for the trades to start coming out. Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. And also, I always, speaking on business, also easier like to sell trades. So for you, it's going to just like be a smile on your face because it's so much easier to sell a trade than it is a floppy.
The hard work's done.
Well, there's so much that goes into it. It's just that you put a lot of money into making a single issue comic and printing a comic, so you make less profit. But for a trade,
bigger profit margin with the trade.
Much bigger profit margin. So it's just like hallelujah, especially if you're at like a Comic-Con or something. Like you have to sell like probably 8 comics to make the amount that you're making on one trade.
That's
so true. So trades, man. That's the business plan. Just keep making those trades. Mike Manhattan, have you guys read Arkham Asylum?
Yes. Very good.
Yeah, I have not, I don't think. Let's see. What else would got to there?
You did, Brant. You did. You probably forgot.
I did.
Chris, did you? Did I? That's not based on the game, right?
He's gonna get the trade and remember it.
Is that the one based on the game?
I might have read it in trade, actually.
I did.
I know DC's getting that profit margin, so get that trade. Barry Allen says, "Do you read JoJo Bizarre's Adventure?"
No, but I am working on, with the trades and the hardcovers, fleshing out my manga collection, and JoJo is on the list.
I love this question because Tevye was here when we read it. Have you read Future Zen? Question mark.
No, none of us read it. We all just, we were around back.
Skip that all together. Didn't cover it. Didn't talk about it. That weekly.
The only good thing that came out of Future Zen was the last issue.
Here's
it was over.
Because it was over. Yeah.
It was done. I think the only thing I liked about Future Zen was the possibility of the Batman Beyond story. I actually did like that.
More of a spotlight to Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I don't like Batman Beyond, but I actually liked his story. And that went nowhere.
The main thing I remember about it is, these weekly comics have run their course. Let's move on.
Yeah, it was a lot. But anyways, John Rosa said, once the quarantine's lifted and people start trying to get back to normal, how do you see comic conventions adjusting to people concerns regarding social distancing? Not well. In all honesty, someone made an article about this. I didn't agree completely with the article. They said they think the days of super cons like San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con are over. I don't think they're over, I think that what's more likely to be over are the smaller cons because they can't afford to stay alive.
It's the same thing with I was thinking about this earlier when we were talking about if this lasted 8 months, if comics would go away. And it's like Marvel and DC, they're going to be around. It's the smaller publishers that are in trouble in this. If the longer it goes on, the longer they're hurting, and the worse their chances are for surviving it. But it's the same thing like you're saying, Kat, with the conventions.
Yeah, and I mean,
okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, as someone who relies a lot on conventions to sell my books, it's scary to think about all of that because it's a lot of money that goes into that, and it really helps indie creators, especially to get their books out there and sell it to people. So, yeah, we're all really freaking worried about that.
I think New York, San Diego, C2E2, WonderCon, all the conventions that are well known will stick around.
All that's owned by bigger companies,
exactly.
Like Repop, those are they're going to be fine unless they go bankrupt. Which
but I
could
think
totally
there were a lot of newer cons coming out, like the Brooklyn Con. I think this was the second year it was going to come out. So if we do start losing smaller cons, I feel like with their loss, newer ones might pop up to take.
They are going to be. They will have a hard time getting the audience and getting money, and with a lot of these newer cons.
Here's the thing. I think the social distancing is going to be a thing on everybody's mind at least for the next 2-3 years. Once A, there's a vaccine. B, it's been years down the road where this is all a memory, the quarantine and the widespread. Huh?
A really bad one.
Yeah. I'm already ready for 2021. How about everybody else? But I mean, once it's a part of the distant past, I think convention life is going to go right back to normal. Yeah. Different, but normal.
A lot of people think we're going to view this virus the same way we view the flu. And I saw some numbers like we forget that almost 90,000 people die a year from the regular flu.
Yeah, exactly.
So, eventually eventually it's going to be
contagious. That's the issue. Exactly. But if you have a vaccine, then you hopefully won't catch it. And
that's what's going to happen. Right. It might become one of those things where they find a way to do like, how you get the 3-in-1 when you're a child. They might find a way to do a flu and corona shot in one every year.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did that with I think the swine flu when that.
They'll just put it right in with the flu shot, and that's what you get once a year, and that's that. Now I don't do the flu shot every year because in our family, if we get the flu shot, we get the flu. So but I mean for other people who it actually does help.
I don't get affected well with the flu shot either. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's a very hard question. It's a very good question, but I don't see it being a good thing anytime soon. But yeah, the New York Comic Cons and the San Diego Comic Cons missing a year won't be that bad for them. Gerald says, "What do you guys think of Rick Remender as a writer?"
Give me books he wrote again.
Lazarus, I think, is one of them.
Didn't he do a run on Venom?
Yeah,
I think he did a run on Venom, Fear Agent, Black Science.
I have not read any of those, so I'm sorry. No comment.
No opinion.
I haven't read a lot of his stuff, honestly. I started. What's that?
I did that.
I featured it by accident. Sorry.
I started Black Science. Like I read the first couple issues, and I wasn't feeling it. So I can't really say about his writing.
All right, let's go.
I'm not a big Kamen Rider person. I don't understand why everybody started throwing Kamen Rider.
You're the guy.
Casually.
Would you like to see a superhero based on pro wrestling? They've done it. They've done it in comics. Yeah.
They never go well.
No.
I thought WWE by Boom Studios went really well.
Yeah, but that wasn't a superhero book. That was just wrestling.
That was regular. I know.
And that was a very good book. But like just doing the whole superhero thing, I don't know. I've seen it done several times and it never lasts. Never goes over well.
I don't even know like how it would. I don't even know how to make that story work.
Yeah, it'd be hard. You'd have to have a really good twist on it. It couldn't just be, oh, this guy's, going out there with superpowers and wrestling and, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
I mean, it's always cool to have a superhero that is a wrestler, Like if they wanted to create a new character in DC
I think it would be more interesting to see someone who's like a UFC fighter or like
Wildcat is from Justice Society.
Yeah, like I think that's more, especially UFC because it's like such a newer sport. I think that would be really cool. But wrestling, I don't know, it's just been done so many times.
What superhero was a wrestler?
There's been all those indie comics that
there's
have
been
done.
indie comics.
I meant in the big two.
In the big two,
I mean, Spider-Man was a wrestler when he started.
He was like a wrestler for a day. He wrestled in one cage match.
I'm sure there's been somebody else, but yeah, I was talking about the indie comics. I know Image has done a couple. I've seen them on, really indie. I've seen a couple of web comics, different things like that.
We have a Comic Universal says, I know it will probably be canceled, but I was excited for Boston Fan Expo. Me too. I was going there. I was going to exhibit there. So
next year. I think
truth be told, cons will stay. I've seen an increase in attendees at MegaCon for 10 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The smaller ones some will leave and new ones will pop up, as they would with or without the coronavirus.
Which writer you feel you wish you could have their talent of writing and it could be more than one writer? I mean, everyone, right? Yeah, I think as a writer, one thing is that, and this goes to the big writers too, no one really ever has self-confidence in their own writing. Like that's like, this sucks. And those big writers, unless, I don't know, I feel like
I wouldn't want to write like any of the writers.
No,
I want to write like myself.
I think all writers are
inspired.
No. Their skill is based on their influences. So
true.
Mm-hmm.
All the writers that you've enjoyed, there's a piece of that in what you do, because it's the same thing as art. You admire different artists, and you pick up different things, and then you develop your own style from that. So
true, it's very true. Because Dan Jurgens was a huge influence on me for a long time. I loved his writing.
Yeah,
he did Superman, he did Thor, he's doing Batman Beyond, he's on Nightwing. If anybody could bring Nightwing back, it'll be Dan Jurgens. So,
Muhammad says, you see the comic book industry recover.
Do you see the comic industry recovering once the virus are all cleared up? Yes. I think
yes.
The world will never be the same. The world is always going to be different because of this.
The internet.
And there it went. Okay. I think that we're going to be adapting after this virus, but I think the comic industry will survive, and things will get back to normal sooner rather than later. I think right now the only big impact, because writers and artists, a lot of us work from home anyway, the big impact is the distributing industry right now. So it's really all on Diamond, and I'm sure Diamond is feeling the pressure 2 weeks in already. So it's just about getting Diamond to move again, and then everybody else will start moving again. Because, I mean, yeah, Jim Lee, who's on Twitch, I love watching his streams. He works from home. Always work from home, except when there's a convention. So it's not a question of the writers and artists. It's more a question of getting the damn books into boxes and shipped.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up. I mean, again, the comic industry has been through a lot.
Everybody's going to be up Diamond's butt for the next month to make sure that in May we start seeing some movement.
Tevye asks, and let's get the last minute questions, guys, because we are starting to get to that time limit. So we'll give you, another 5-10 minutes, but last minute
questions for next week.
Yeah, and we have 36 viewers right now.
Viewers. That's crazy.
Yeah,
awesome.
Gotta leave on top, I guess.
Lots of love for all of you sticking around with us. Definitely save your questions for next week. We will have another CBW where we'll do news and more Q&A.
Yeah. So is this the last question you think, or do you want a few more?
It's 35. Give them 5 more minutes. Let's say until 11:40, and then that's where we'll pause it and say come back next week.
Yeah. So last minute questions, guys. So whatever your last question is, go for it. But Tevye asks, do you think Supergirl will ever get another series again?
Of course.
Yeah. It's just when, I don't know, but sure. We've gotten this question a lot. Mike Manhattan, have you seen Contagion? I hear it's popular because of all what's going on in the world. I have not.
It's so weird to me. Like Netflix, everything trending is like outbreak and pandemic and all this. Yeah.
Who wants to watch that at a time like this?
Like, that's the last thing I want to watch right now.
And ironically, 2 games that were released at the beginning of the coronavirus, Doom and Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. And then The Resistance, issue #1, another book from AWA that was
that was eerie.
Spot on eerie, yeah.
That was crazy, and definitely read that book if you haven't. AWA's stuff in general.
Yeah.
But it looks like those are all the questions we got. So I guess we'll start.
This one I just want to click real quick. Well, no, not that. This one. Hello, Malaysia.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone who watched in general. And again, if you had questions that we hadn't answered,
there was one I wanted to address real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
This one, if any of you guys looking for video ideas, any wrestling fans among you can do fantasy booking for WWE or whatever. I just want to let you know that Chris and I have another channel, Aftershock Wrestling Entertainment, where we do mostly AEW, but I actually did a couple of videos on WrestleMania, so you can go check that out.
And we do have 2 more questions, so I guess that's it. Future of the CW, DC Universe route with some series ended and Batwoman potentially canceled. I didn't hear about Batwoman being canceled. I thought it was renewed.
I thought
already.
It was renewed.
I don't care.
And honestly, same. I'm at a point right now. There's too many of them. Even Stargirl, like I like that character a lot. I'm just like, they're all the same.
No offense to Stargirl, I'm just not interested. Doom Patrol and Titans were and Young Justice's return were the 3 shows I was happy about. Even Swamp Thing kind of fell short.
There's just nothing I'm truly excited about right now. I mean, maybe that'll change, but again, Harley Quinn's what I'm enjoying the most because it's just so different from what we've been getting and it's really fun. And then last but not least, because we haven't seen this person, is the Indigo model viable competition for Diamond? No, I don't think so because it would take longer for books to be shipped to stores and all that.
It's an alternative. It's not the answer. It's another avenue. Indiegogo, Kickstarter, various crowdfunding platforms. But
I think that in the end, if Diamond doesn't, get in gear, this is where companies have to start having that conversation. Do we want to make another branch for distributing? And then figuring out how it would hurt the comic shops because they'd have to deal with each company individually. Mm-hmm. Or maybe somehow some companies can, it'll be through internet or something where it'll be easier for comic shops to order books.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see.
Marvel's done it before. They've done their own distribution before, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Exactly. So, I mean, at this point, Diamond's on the clock, and the clock is ticking. If they don't move soon, other companies are going to find other avenues.
We need to talk about new comics.
We do. I mean, look, I want everybody to be safe. This is a dangerous month, but as we get into May, June, when everything is kind of like starting to flatline and things are getting safer again, I would definitely want my books back.
Great show as always. I have to work next Tuesday night. Sorry, but hopefully you could catch us at Post Live as well. But thank you guys. And hopefully enjoyed the Q&A. I think it looks like we could continue to do Q&A in the time being, I think, because it obviously lasted us a long enough time, and then we have news, and I like the flow. There's other stuff you want to see, I guess, let us know, except back issues, because we won't be doing that. So
maybe if we start reading our trades, we can start discussing our trades back and forth.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe like what we read that week or something.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. And this was actually like some of the highest viewers we've gotten, and it's not even a show.
Yeah, that's really awesome of you all. Thank you so much. It's really cool.
Thank you.
So with that, does anybody have anything they'd like to promote before we close out the show? I know
Grant
you do. I do too.
Yeah,
so
Grant, I'm good.
I'm going to toss that up there. You can go to that link to check out that giveaway. And again, Aftershock Wrestling Entertainment, I did WrestleMania coverage, but you can just go on comicfrontline.com. There is an article there that links to both videos I did. So.
And on my channel, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday during the day, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing my previews series where I'll be talking DC. On Wednesday, Thursday will be Marvel, and then Friday will be the preview magazine. I'll be going through the magazine, talking about books that I'm looking forward to pre-ordering at some point. I'm sure that DCBS will have that previews up, but basically pre-ordering my books for whatever month they decide to release them in. So if you'd like to come by, 3 p.m. Eastern, and Dark Avenger Live again is Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And with that being said, thank you all so much for being here as I go to Brands. And there you go. Oh, Brand's already in the Brands. So thank you, Brand.
You're welcome.
Subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell above Brand's head.
There it is. Up there.
Nope. Yes. There it is. And don't forget to hit that like button that's covering Kat's thought to be new mic. And then next to Mike, follow Comic Frontline throughout all social media. And then now I'm going to turn this back on. Don't forget to follow all of us in our own personal social medias right here.
I can never point the right way.
I know it's confusing. I want to point this way because on my screen you're this way, but you're really that way. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe, and let's pray that this contagion. Let's pray this virus and everything starts to fade away, and we get some good news from the comic industry, the comic world. Love you all. We'll see you all next time.
Later, everyone.
Bye, everybody.